coming in hot, Chichi. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? Hey, we have a baseball game. There was a baseball game, a professional baseball game last
I
this
know, dude.
morning.
It's great.
Or actually, it happened tomorrow.
Yeah. Who knows what
Yeah,
the time
in
frame is?
Tokyo.
But yeah,
But very cool to like wake up to that. Did you watch any of it, or did you
I
go
just
back
saw
and
the
watch?
highlights. Yeah, I saw the
Yeah,
highlights. When was it on? Like this morning?
very early. Dan Plesac, I know. I talked to him yesterday. He's like, I got the post game show at 9 a.m. I think is when it
Oh, was he
started.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
But dude, I mean, you could not have asked for more of exactly what the folks wanted to see in Tokyo. You had Otani delivering, both starting pitchers pitched great. I mean, you would expect that a little bit. I guess it's probably easier to pitch on the first time around in Tokyo, in their home, countries. But it really 4-1 game, Dodgers win, pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Well, you know what was cool too? Imanaga versus Shohei in that first inning. The place was going nuts, and he got Shohei to ground out. It was kind of anticlimactic, but it was just cool to see. Imanaga versus Yamamoto. How excited. Listen, I think one thing people don't realize is that, I mean, maybe we do here in the States, but that baseball is huge in Japan. It is huge in Japan. Like it's the sport, and they love their players over there. So to have the star power of Otani and Yamamoto and Imanaga and who else? Suzuki.
Yes.
Suzuki
Oh,
is in there too. Sasaki. All these guys.
yeah.
These are 5 or 6 of the best Japanese players in the world are in that game.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. So, we already saw Otani homer in the exhibition game, which was awesome. But he got 2 knocks last night. He got that rocket to 107 mile an hour single, and then in the ninth he hit a bullet in the corner, great piece of hitting off
Yeah.
Ryan Brazier, and just clipped him. It was. For all the kids out there, you don't have to have a perfect swing all the time. You're just not gonna. When they say get your A swing off, I'm like, what's your A swing? Like, what is that? Like
Yeah.
barrel the baseball, barrel the baseball. And if it turns out to be that perfect swing where you get the fastball right where you want it, and you're looking to let it travel and hammer it, that's all good. So it wasn't
Yeah.
his A swing. He got out front, but he did a great job using his hands, flipping that ball into the corner, and got an insurance run. I think Teoscar Hernandez drove him in the ninth to win
Yeah.
4-1. But Yamamoto went 5 innings, gave up 1 run. Imanaga went 4 innings, gave up no
No
hits.
hits. No hits. Pretty amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The in the history books, Dansby Swanson with the first hit in Major League season this year. Did you ever get the first hit of the year? Like overall
I don't
hit?
think so. No, I would have loved to have gotten the first hit of the year. And the Reds always played. We always were
Right.
home opening day. One of the first games. But I don't think I ever got the first hit of the season, which was
Yeah.
really
It's
cool.
the other cool thing was, what was it? A few years back, a Cubs dude, first pitch of the season hit a home run. That was pretty amazing. I
Oh
forget
yeah,
his-
was that Ian Happ?
Yeah, that might have been
I
Happ.
think I think
Boy,
Happer. Yeah, I think Happer went deep first pitch and just.
That's really
Oh.
cool. But you've had a million first though, right?
Well, I had the
You've
first hit at Miller Park, which is cool. I had the first hit at PNC, first hit and home run at PNC Park.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
First RBI.
That's pretty cool. But so now they have another game to play. Like, how would it be? What did the Red Sox do when you went? Did you guys win both games? Win one game, lose both games? Do you
I don't
remember?
remember. I know. I'm sure. I can't remember actually. I just
Yeah.
know I hit him a 4.63 when I got in the game, which sounds.
I,
Jeez.
I do wonder, like let's just say you go down 0-2 if you're the Cubs. Like, does that just stink if you went all the way to Tokyo and you come back and you start your season 0-2, or does it not matter?
I don't think it really matters because it really is an experience. I mean, those guys are over there. It's a lot of effort, a lot of work to get over there, but it's an experience for those players. That's something they'll never forget. For me, that was 17 years ago. I went to Tokyo to open the season, and it seems like yesterday. And I have so many great memories of just being there, and also saying that I went to Japan. I don't know if I'll ever get back to Japan again, but saying I went to Japan. And I don't know if you saw, but Ian Happ got married this offseason, spent 2 weeks in Japan, I think.
Oh, really?
Or like a week in Tokyo at least, or a week touring Japan,
Wow.
which I thought was pretty cool.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
That is pretty
yeah.
cool. What are we expecting from Imanaga this year? I mean, he came arguably like first half of his first year is basically the rookie of the year. It's no hits with that Dodgers lineup. Obviously, they didn't have Mookie Betts, but how much can you hang your hat on him if you're the Cubs this year?
They didn't have Freeman either. Freeman was out too.
Oh, that's right.
Freeman and Betts were both out. You know what? I think one thing about the big leagues is that it's a game of adjustments. You know, as a young hitter, the league adjusts to you. It starts to figure out your weaknesses. It'll exploit them, and then you have to adjust back, figure out how to not swing at the pitch that they're throwing to you or get your game plan better. You know, same thing with pitchers. These guys come in, they have success right away. But I think you saw that last year. I think Imanaga had so much early success, and then he hit a bump in the road where the league was like, okay, that fastball's good, you know, has good spin rate at the top of the zone. If I'm a hitter, I got to get one or two balls above that ball, knowing that it's playing a little differently than my eyes are seeing. And I think that's some of the data that you start to learn. But I think he did a great job of dominating, hit a rough patch, and then dominated again. He's got great stuff. And I think he's going to do great, man. I think he's going to have another great season for the Cubs.
Nice. One other thing that went under the radar. We talked about this last week. I haven't brought this up to you yet, but Paul Skenes is adding pitches to his repertoire. Pitched the other day. He's throwing this cutter and he's throwing a sinker now.
Right.
Quote from yesterday. I got a couple outs on it today. So that's all the feedback I need. I haven't thrown it a ton before today in spring training, but I'm happy with where it is.
Is that the cutter or the sinker? Which one is he talking about?
Both.
Both.
Both. So the question is that what this person is saying is a splinker and a sinker. How does that make him even more dangerous if he has both of them?
Oh, man. I don't know how much more dangerous Paul Skenes can get. Guy's so nasty right now, you know. But you know, whatever he thinks, you know, obviously he knows himself. So if he's thinking, man, I want to pitch to really neutralize lefties more, that cutter is you know, that was for me when the cutter started to become big in probably the middle of my career. I was like, what is going? I remember facing Matt Morris. Remember Dave Duncan? Dave Duncan was one of the best pitching coaches out there. It's Tony La Russa's right-hand man. And Dave Duncan would teach any guy that came over to the Cardinals a cutter. So I start facing Matt Morris and then Chris Carpenter, everyone throwing these cutters, blowing you up inside. Like, what is this? What is this? You know? and it's just such a neutralizer for a righty on lefty. You know, it's a ball. The cutter comes in on the lefties. If you're a right-handed pitcher, you know, you throw it and it's way hard. It's a fastball. You know, it's not a slider. It's a fastball with like slider action that just east to west, you know, buzzsaws your hands. And you know, for Skenes to have that as a weapon, man, it really takes him to another level. I would get the only thing about having so many pitches. If you're elite, like Paul Skenes is elite in probably 4 pitches right now. Which if you're trying to go to 6 pitches or 5 pitches or whatever, man, you don't really want to get beat with that pitch you're just kind of working on. Maybe if the sinker's not as natural.
Aroldis Chapman through his career gets in trouble when he gets too slider happy when he threw 102 miles per hour. Right?
You just throw that. You know, fill up the zone. Don't try and get too cute. But I think one thing about Paul Skenes is he's so good that he's like, I think he's just like toying around, like I'm having fun out here. I'm just gonna start throwing a knuckleball next just to see if anybody can hit me.
Yeah, dude, I have the numbers on his splinker. Listen to this, okay? His splinker average, this is for his full season last year, 94 miles per hour with 30.3 inches of vertical drop. It averaged 14 inches of horizontal break, and it spun at 1,760 RPMs on average. Like, that's unhittable.
Yeah, it's one of the best pitches in baseball, dude. It's nasty.
Yeah.
It acts like a split finger and a sinker at the same time. It's absolutely devastating. Well, I'm going to get to know. I'm going down with the Pirates this weekend, Chinch. I'm going.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm heading down. Going to be in uniform with Shelty and the boys. Wow. I'm heading down there on Thursday. I'll be in uniform Friday night against the Red Sox. Play the Orioles on Saturday, and then the Blue Jays on Sunday. Get to see Mark and Ross and those guys and Budman. You know, Budzinski.
Nice.
So that'll be.
That's
good.
one of those things.
I'll ask Skenes that question. I'm gonna ask
do so. Also, you should go get to the the photogs and whatever, and just be like, hey man, I'm not gonna take a selfie with Skenes, but if you see us together, why don't you take a couple shots to case man with Paul Skenes for the books, dude. You can put it up
For
on
the
the
books.
wall.
Yeah, get it hung up here.
Nice,
But
dude.
no, yeah, I'll have to ask him that question, man. 'Cause
Yeah. Do you have a speech planned that was as good, that will be as good as the one that you gave the Brewers? Because they seem pretty fired
well,
up
this
about
one
it.
I'm getting in uniform for 3 days, so like I'll be in the dugout, with the guys and stuff like that. So it'll be a little different than just coming in and giving a speech. But I don't know if Shelty asked me to talk, I'll have something ready to go.
That's cool. Wait, are you going to be in the dugout for like games? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be a coach,
Dude!
like a coach kind of.
Look at you. Well, you are a coach, dude. Don't forget, you did coach in the major leagues
Yes,
last.
yes, I did. So I'll bring some of that. Obviously, I'm not. I don't. One thing you would never do is go in and tell like hitters and stuff like that. If anyone wants to talk, I'm there. If anyone wants to hear stories, I got a couple for you.
Yeah, you sure do.
Just to be around.
Nice.
But dude, I got a great story really quick. Mike Rabello, who's the third base coach for the Pirates, unbelievable story. We were at we were playing in Kansas City one time. I was with Detroit. Rabs had just gotten called up. He was a young catcher and just a really good dude. And one night we went out. We went out, got something to eat after the game. Maybe had a couple pops, and we're walking back. And in Kansas City, Chinch, there's this lake there that connects. It's the Plaza. It separates the hotel and the whole downtown. It's not really a downtown. It's a little area where a little downtown area. Cool
Right.
shops. They got they got a lot of stuff down there, shops and restaurants and all that stuff. So we went out and we're coming back that night. And there was a couple of us. I can't remember. It was like Verlander, maybe Bonderman, Nate Robertson, a couple other guys. And we had gotten together and we're like, all right, Rabs. Remember, Rabs is the rookie. He's been up there like a week. We're like, Rabs, we'll each give you $1,000 if you jump into that lake and swim across the hotel. So he's like, deal. Rabs is like, I'm in. You kidding me? So, it was like $2 or $3 grand or something. He's like, I'm in. So Rabs takes his clothes off, Chinch, takes off running, jumps in the lake,
Oh my god.
and then poof, sticks. You can see half his body. The lake was 3 inches deep.
Oh no.
One of those ones, it was like optical illusion. Dude, he comes up bleeding, full.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, because it was like gravel. Full dive, dove in, thought it was a lake. It was like a 3 inch. It was an illusion. It wasn't a lake. So I end up rallying even more people to get him some more money. I was like, anybody got another 1,000 they can throw in for Rabello who just cut his face up. He came in the next day, he had scratched all over his face, and Leland's like, hey, Rabello, what happened to you, man? What's going on with your face? He's like, Case gave me a couple $1,000 to dive in the lake. It turns out it was 3 inches deep, so I went down for the couch, I was bleeding all over my body.
Oh man.
So I can't wait to see Rabello. Rabello's the third base coach with the Buccos.
That's amazing. That's great. Nice, dude. All right, well, have a blast out there. When are you going there?
I'm going there. I'm flying Thursday, and I'll be there Friday in uniform for the game Friday night.
Nice. Oh, by the way, we have a very good guest on tomorrow. Correct?
Yeah, we got Gene Fruth coming on tomorrow. Jeff Idelson. They have an incredible documentary called "See Her, Be Her" about women in baseball, which is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait to hear. Gene's one of the best photographers, the game's ever seen, and she's doing some amazing things now to spread the wonderful game of baseball out.
Yeah, that's great.
All over the place internationally. So it's going to be really cool. That'll be awesome to have her on. And we also got my buddy Matt Krause coming on in the next couple of days to talk about some of the great things he's doing. He was the strength coach for me in Cincinnati. Was there with the Yankees for like 10 years. Great guy. So a lot of cool things coming in the mayor's office this week, Chinch.
Awesome. Love it.
All right, bro. Love you, man. Have a great rest of the day, everyone out there. Appreciate you guys tons, and don't forget to subscribe and download. It doesn't cost a penny. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.